Imagine reaching the end of your days, carrying secrets that weighed like chains for decades. At 86, he finally whispered the names of the men who held his heart in the shadows. He was the epitome of charm, tall, fair-haired, with eyes that sparkled like summer skies. In the 1950s, his smile graced every screen and page, drawing crowds who adored the perfect image. Yet beneath it all lurked a reality that could shatter everything. He loved men, but in an era unforgiving of such truths, he buried his feelings deep. One slip, and his world would crumble. Near the end, though, he chose bravery. He shared his story not for pity, but to own it at last. Today, we'll explore the 5 souls who touched his hidden world. Some brought joy, others pain. One offered solace. And wait until you hear about the third ditz, the twist that explains so much. Stay with me. These aren't mere romances. They're tales of endurance in a time when affection came with a steep cost. He paid it repeatedly, but his spirit endured. If this tale stirs something in you, please share it. First came the connection that dared not utter its truth. They crossed paths in 1956, two promising talents blooming under harsh lights. One hailed from the stage, sharp-minded and enigmatic. The other radiated warmth like daylight. Drawn together irresistibly, they kept it private. Living close in a bustling neighborhood, they'd nod politely at public gatherings. Cameras captured distance, but away from prying eyes, in dim spaces with shades pulled tight, they found solace. It was raw, genuine affection he cherished deeply. No public touches, no shared laughter in the open like everyday pairs took for granted. Terror loomed, from gossip rags, from bosses, from ruin. Then, disaster struck. A sneaky shutterbug caught them leaving a cozy eatery one evening. Nothing overt, just a grin, a friendly tap. But that sufficed in those days. The blurry shot fueled a storm. Headlines hinted without naming. Fans turned away. Venues in conservative areas yanked his promotions. Protests demanded his ouster if whispers held truth. His handler scrambled, fabricating a romance with a woman in publishing. He performed a sweet tune on a major variety show, projecting wholesome appeal while heartache brewed. Mid-performance, a message arrived from his love. This pressure will break us both. No farewell, just finality. The bond severed, not from faded feelings, but from a society that criminalized it. The other man later iconized a chilling character on screen. Our hero stepped back from the spotlight, nursing wounds that lingered. He never faulted his partner. Fear claimed them equally. Once, he reflected, they hailed me as ideal strength, yet denied me the simple right to love openly. Hold on, the next part reveals how betrayal can scar even deeper. Before the headlines and heartbreaks, there was an earlier spark, light and freeing. This man glided effortlessly on ice, a champion full of poise and joy. In the early 1950s, before fame's glare intensified, they connected via a mutual acquaintance. His chuckle eased the chaos in our hero's mind. No need for words. Gentle brushes, knowing looks, evenings with music in secluded spots, not labeled as courtship outwardly, but intimately profound. They exchanged notes, playful, coded, detailing hidden rendezvous. He'd stash them away, cherishing them after exhausting days as reminders of being truly seen. For a spell, it was pure escape. No facade required, just authenticity. But 1952 brought upheaval. A raid on a gathering ensnared him. Though charges were minor, the press swarmed. Old allies spilled secrets. Amid the turmoil, an unmarked parcel arrived. Duplicates of his letters, marked up, with a cold demand for cash to keep them quiet. From his own confidant, the sting of disloyalty crushed him. He complied, draining savings to buy peace. No drama, just ashes as he destroyed the originals that night, watching flames consume what once warmed him. That betrayal taught silence as armor. The skater vanished into obscurity, but the lesson endured. Trust could turn treacherous. You're halfway through, imagine the risks escalating. If this resonates, share it now to spread the word. Third was the whirlwind that ignited danger. A defector from afar, a dance legend with leaps that defied gravity, and a presence that commanded attention. Tempestuous, unbridled, he entered spaces like a force of nature. In the 1960s, post a triumphant show, they met at a Loki gathering. Our hero, fresh from forgettable work, collided with this energy. No caution. The dancer approached boldly. Your real self outshines any image. Laughter followed, sparking it all. not sustained, but electric, a handful of clandestine encounters in safe havens. No records, no vows. The bold one teased boundaries, brushing close in public, unafraid. It thrilled yet alarmed our hero, whose career teetered, one empire already fled by the dancer. He bowed to none. One starry night, he challenged, "Why dim your spark? Let it blaze, a kiss, a departure, no more meetings." Later, our hero summed it, "He showed me vitality's thrill and its price. Brief, but it mirrored the freedom he craved, yet couldn't claim." While he navigated cautiously, this force reveled in the chaos. The intensity builds what happens when connection simmers without exploding. Fourth offered quiet understanding, teetering on the edge of more. Another industry figure, evolved from young performer to respected name, met through subtle networks and shared knowing nods at events. No ego, just empathy for those fraying inwardly. Their bond grew gradually. Strolls in shops, galleries, shores with disguises. Lingering gazes conveyed safety without words. A weekly routine, same spot, familiar orders, chats skirting fame, books and photos exchanged, crafting a haven of normalcy. He embodied truth in restraint, never demanding. Close moments hinted at deeper waters. A touch held, a near embrace, but scars from past burns halted them. In their era of forced facades and contractual traps, risk loomed large. Smiles sufficed for unspoken affections. Partings promised returns, no rupture, just a perpetual almost. Upon the friends passing years on, our hero penned privately, "Your quiet was my refuge, and the one I regret not filling." One more to Gotha, peace he finally claimed. But first, the suspense. How does a lifetime of hiding end in light? Finally, the partner who required no masks. By then, spotlight faded, calls rare admiration a memory. Space opened for authenticity. This producer, vibrant and insightful, admired from childhood without rivalry. Their start was calm, deliberate, no drama, just reliability. Everyday life, pets, a peaceful retreat with animals and greenery. He sought the real man, prompting, ready to share. Affirmative, they created a memoir and film unveiling the manipulations, falsehoods, sorrows. Public revelation came not for fanfare, but liberation. It stunned, then healed. Apologies echoed from the industry. No grudges, he sought serenity, found in 3 decades beside this love. His tone brightened in talks, reflecting hard-won ease. Why speak? To thank the one who cherished my bare self. Days shy of 87, he departed peacefully at home. No veils left, not as the fabricated idol, but as himself. Journey from concealment to openness. A testament. Truth awaits, no matter the years. Love can flourish openly, eventually. If this moves you, like, subscribe, and share widely. Let's honor stories like his.